Good evening, everybody. So great to be back with you. We took a little bit of a break with the Elijah sisters because we some working women. But we are back. We wanted to make sure that we ended the year with you all. And so this is our special holiday episode. And we're so excited to get into it and have some fun tonight. Tonight, we're going to have hot chocolate and discuss our favorite holiday memories, movies, songs, and just have a great sister chat. So you ready to jump on in with us? So we've been offline and away from each other for a couple weeks now. Chantaline and Angelique, how the heck are y'all doing?
I've been doing good. I'm trying to think. I don't think we were still on when I got my new job. I'm not sure. Um, so that's been fun doing that. Different work. I've been enjoying that. That's pretty much the only new thing. Everything else been the same. Church, work.
Okay. No new husbands, kids, nothing?
Yeah, no, none of those popped up in a few weeks. I think y'all would have known about that.
This is the age where things move fast.
Not that fast.
Check in. Just check in. Okay.
Yeah, not that fast.
All right. Chantalie, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. Yeah, everything's been pretty much the same. Work,
So are
school.
your kids, I was going to ask, are your kids out of school at this point?
No, they don't get out until the 21st.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with school dates like that.
So once my youngest graduated, I was just like, I don't want to hear about a school calendar. I don't want to think about a school calendar. But I know that it's toward the end. It seemed like when I was in school, it was a little bit like we had 3 weeks off, it seems like. But I know it seemed like we were out forever at the end of the year. But when you're young, time is a little bit different than when you get older. But I'm sure that they will enjoy that time off. Probably you will enjoy it the most. But
Right. You understand.
Because when they in school, you in school.
Especially with Khalil.
Oh yeah.
And what grade is he in?
He's in 11th.
Oh yeah, we all need a break. I need a break for you and him.
Right? I have to relearn everything. He got classes I never even took, like technical. Like, oh my God.
More power to you.
Yeah. Well, ladies, it is officially holiday time. It is December 15th. I cannot believe we are halfway through December and all the way to the end of the year. It seems like just a couple weeks ago, we were doing our vision boards at the beginning of 2023. And now we are 2 weeks from closing out the year. This year has absolutely sped by. And I hope that you all have had as great a year as I have had. And I don't believe I checked off everything. No, I know I'm certain I did not check off everything on my vision board.
No, I don't even have to. I don't have to go back and check. I know I didn't.
But I did accomplish a lot of things this year. Some things I accomplished wasn't even planned, and I think that's always a good thing. And the year's not over. Anything can happen in the next 15 days, and that's always encouraging to think about. But today we're going to talk about holidays and the Christmas season and whatever you observe, whether that's Hanukkah, whether that's Kwanzaa. But for the majority of the world, it is Christmas and it is holiday time, no matter what holidays mean for you. So we wanted to just have this time to honor it and celebrate it. And I know growing up in our household, the holiday season was really special. It was really special to our dad, so he made it special for us. We grew up, as we've talked about numerous times, traveling for 13 years. We could be anywhere in the country, but I promise you, we were home for Christmas.
Yes.
That was paramount. And we had a lot of great Christmas memories, and we'll get into that later. But let's get into some holiday facts, some holiday did you know facts. You can take this stuff to your next holiday Christmas party gathering, or just get on Facebook and seem like you're super smart and knowledgeable, as most people do. All right. So let me ask you all, how tall do you think the tallest Christmas tree?
15 feet.
All right. The tallest Christmas tree ever displayed was in Seattle, Washington, and it measured 221 feet tall.
Oh.
Yeah.
You was a little short. You was a little short. You was a little short, Chaddy.
Yeah, you was a little bit short. You came a little under.
Oh my gosh.
That's too much feet. That's too much feet.
I can't even imagine decorating that tree. All right. Buying all the gifts from the 12 days of Christmas would cost you a ton of money. The most expensive being swans of swimming, which would cost you about $6,300.
Nobody need no swans. Nobody need no swans. I don't need no swans of swimming.
That reminds me. Have you all seen the movie Candy Cane Lane yet?
Not yet. I haven't yet. I plan to watch it this weekend because Barbie is coming to HBO Max this weekend, so I got 2 movies I plan to watch this weekend.
I'm good on Barbie, but Candy Cane
you
Lane
keep saying
really
that. Can I just enjoy Barbie? I'm not saying you need to watch it.
You just see it, be a barb. But I'm just gonna say.
First of all, that's not the same thing.
Speaking of Barb, I have been enjoying the new Nicki Minaj album.
Is it good? I haven't gotten to it yet.
One song, but I like that. But I haven't want to listen to rap, but I'm like, I really want to listen to it. But that's one song I heard sounded good. It was about Bomb Bomb or something like that.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. But the first song on it is good. But I haven't heard the whole thing yet because I listened to it going to the store the other day. But lost it. But it was good. The parts I saw that sneeze was coming and it said change the reverse course.
I was holding on.
It said never mind. You good. But yes, what I heard so far I have liked. But I'm not surprised.
Right.
I can tell she put effort into this one.
I saw an interview with her and she said that, and she said being a mother changed a lot of her work going into this one because she didn't want to, a lot of her lyrics are what they are and have been, but she wanted something that honestly her son could be proud of at some point when he hears her, because she said, I don't want to always be known for fallacious lyrics or whatever. She's a mom and you're a mom of a boy, and that makes a difference.
What I heard so far, it wasn't clean, but
right.
it wasn't how she used to mainly rap, like that type of, those certain type of things weren't in those songs I heard.
Freaking song off that seemed like it was all about the P word in different ways.
Yeah.
A while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she could mix it up, but I was like, how in the world do you rap about for almost a whole song? But she did it. I never wanted to listen to it again, but it was good. But I'm like, that's all right.
It's skill right there. She said, I'll put some effort into this. If you're going to do it, ladies, at least put some effort.
She's good for the effort. Did you know it is a tradition in Japan to eat KFC for Christmas? Orders must be placed 2 months in advance due to the high demand of the Colonel's chicken.
Well, how did that happen? What in the world?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I remember. I heard about that watching Good Mythical Morning. It's a YouTube channel, and I was like, it's a KFC. I mean, it's okay, but that's not okay. And it basically happened like because KFC said to do it, and then they were like, okay. I think it happened because KFC said Americans did it, and then they were like, okay, and then everybody in America was like, yeah, no, we don't. But by then it was too late. Yeah, no, we don't. Nobody here does that.
Wow. All right. The candy cane, when the candy cane was invented in Germany, it was made into a J for Jesus. The red stripe symbolizes the blood. That one I did know. But I
Yeah.
didn't know until recently that that was back in the I think 1600s.
Oh, I didn't know it was that old.
Been around for a minute.
Yeah, I'd heard about it. I didn't know it was that long ago. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Many people think that Black Friday is the busiest shopping day of the year, but it is not. It is the
Mm-mm.
2 days right before Christmas, as most people do not shop
Mhm.
in advance. And I am
Yep.
usually one of those people.
Yep. Well, I barely Christmas shop at all as it is now, but I haven't even looked for nothing for nobody.
Well, for years, my philosophy is if I'm just relegated to whatever's left, then I don't feel guilty because it just is what it is. I'm not
Right.
stressing myself out about the brand name and all that stuff. I surely will never fight anybody on Black Friday over
Oh
material
no.
things. But you know, as your kids get older and they want different things, that kind of doesn't work because you know until they cross over a certain precipice. And then, like, once my kids were older in teenage years, they didn't really want things. It was money and usually a new cell phone. So they made Christmas extremely easy for
Yeah,
me.
that's stuff you order online. You ain't got to go anywhere for that.
I wasn't even trying to fight them about it. Cool, we good.
Really.
1/3 of the 20 highest grossing movies were released during Christmas season, proving that going to the movies after opening gifts is a popular tradition. I have never done that, but I do know a lot of people who do.
Nah, I've never done that. I mean,
We went to the movies on Thanksgiving a couple times, but not on Christmas.
mm-mm. You went after y'all
That-
ate?
We didn't really eat like um. It wasn't. We didn't have no Thanksgiving dinner. It was
Oh,
just
okay.
Thanksgiving to go to the movies instead of the
Oh, okay.
usual stuff.
I see what you're saying. Because I was gonna say if you had Thanksgiving dinner with, okay, give me some logs, getting some.
I still went to sleep.
Oh Lord.
It was frozen.
Speaking of holiday shopping, 1 in 3 men wait until Christmas Eve to do their shopping. Sad. But I've seen those men, and I know this to be true. Those are also the men who wait until Valentine's Day to get their gift for their significant other, and Mother's Day to buy their Mother's Day card.
Walgreens and CVS makes a lot of money
during
that time on them days. That's why Walgreens sell the big old giant teddy bears for Valentine's Day. They know. I might buy me my own teddy bear this Valentine's Day.
You go ahead. All right. For those of y'all who are fans of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, did you know it only took him 6 weeks to write that?
No. I never knew how long it took him. I don't think I ever thought about it.
I just thought you guys were just wondering and you have been losing sleep over.
Yeah, that's what was happening. I was like, man, I wonder how long it took him to write this.
Charles!
Tell me, Charles, tell me. No, I never had those feelings.
No, you know. All right. You just wait. It's gonna come up in a conversation. You're gonna be like, oh, I got this information. Hold on.
Okay.
It's gonna be under your hat. You're gonna be able to pull it out from underneath your hat.
It's a random conversation. Charles, did you just ask how long it took Charles to write Christmas Carol? Did you just ask? I heard you just ask that. Because if you ask, I know how long. Yeah, nah.
We'll be at the DMV one day and somebody's gonna say, I just wonder.
Oh, you do?
Charles Dickens to write a Christmas Carol. You're gonna say, oh, excuse me, Miss 835. I got you.
It took 6 weeks. I don't know nothing else about it, but I know that. Don't ask any further questions. Get back in line.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I needed that laugh. The first president to put up the official White House Christmas tree was President Franklin Pierce. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Again, it'll be under your hat. Someone's gonna say it, and you're gonna just be like, "Oh, I know."
Oh, you mean President Pierce?
Yeah, it's President Franklin Pierce. You know, the president that people don't even really talk about.
Say,
so you kind of always forget about him.
Someone's gonna say, "I think Lincoln put up the first tree." You're gonna say, "Oh, girl, no."
It was the president you never hear about, Franklin Pierce. It was that president.
I know you think that, and that's cute.
I know. Oh, girl.
Wait. I'll get real bougie and be like, "Oh, I see you didn't pay attention in school."
When they was teaching us about President Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce.
Oh, I've never heard about. I can't say I've never, but I promise you, it is not a president. I was like, is that a real president? Is that a real president? Are we sure that's the correct name? Because I'm like, I don't know about Franklin Pierce. This is a TV president.
President. Now I gotta look up which president he was now.
Because I'm like, woo,
Well, he is listed with the president, so it is real information.
So he probably should have did some more stuff because they ain't talking about him now.
Maybe that's his claim to fame, that Christmas tree.
Obviously it's not, because they don't talk about it.
They don't talk about it.
He was the 14th president from November 23rd, 1804 to October 8th, 1869.
How long?
That's all I'm saying.
He did his bit. No, that's his birthday. I'm sorry. He served
from
1853 to 1857.
I don't know nothing about him. Ooh.
Right.
That's a very long time.
Really? About to say, wait, did we have a time where it got rid of terms?
We don't like Franklin. We don't like President Franklin Pierce. Well, I should never look this information up.
That's probably why we ain't heard about him.
Well, because he was against the abolitionist move for slavery. Boo!
Oh, well, that's probably why they don't talk about him.
That's why you got one term. That's why you got one term.
Never mind. Whatever we just said about it'll be cut out. No, nothing about Christmas tree. Who put the first Christmas tree up? Lincoln. Lincoln did.
Everything is Lincoln.
It's either Lincoln or Washington. That's all you get. We can throw Roosevelt in there, but you ain't getting nothing else.
Oh my God. Oh gosh.
We took it away. He don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. Just say the question again.
Let me have a drink. I gotta get his name out my mouth.
Just put another president in there next time. Just like, who put the first Christmas tree up? Just pick a president.
Just put your tree up and be happy.
Yeah, just put a president. Just put an early one in there.
Wow. Well, here's some fun information. I did not know this. The Christmas lights were so expensive that they used to be rented rather than sold. And in the early 1900s, an electrically lit tree was a status symbol.
Oh,
so in the early 1900s, you had some lights on the tree. They was like, oh, okay, boo.
Not Martha she got a lighted tree. Oh.
Turn her little tree lights on.
Oh, you know how that could be? Like, in my mind, just thought of it being a status symbol. And somebody, all I could just see is somebody like Little House on the Prairie, like dressed like that.
I know, right?
And being like, I had to go turn my tree on.
Wait, and when people get petty, I know you think you all better than me with your little lights on your tree, your little electricity.
Oh, they probably had a phone in the house too.
Oh yeah. Because if I'm gonna have lights, I need to call people and tell them I got lights.
So sit there on the phone. Excuse me, can you hold on real quick? I gotta turn my tree on. I'm so dead.
Though. I said, yeah, but was the bathroom in the house though?
True.
In the early 1900s, I don't think so. I don't think the commode was till later in the year in the century.
But that was status symbol too when some people started having indoor plumbing. That was something.
Oh, for sure.
That was something. What? You got indoor? What? That was rich people stuff. Everybody wanted because
You
most people
too
still had
rich for me.
most people still
But
out.
I
houses.
remember that. With like, if you really read which I did multiple times, the Little House on the Prairie series, like when she talks about like the Olsons and stuff, like that was one of the reasons why they were how they were, because they had
all that
whatever
kind of
was the
stuff.
status, they had
it, indoor plumbing, they had phones
yeah.
in the house, they had electricity, so they had all that.
Yeah. Don't let me be talking on that series, because that's
Lord, no, please don't. We caught up. That's about
20,000
books. About 20 books.
But we also want you to be safe during the holidays, because there are generally more than 15,000 holiday decorating injuries during November and December, the most common being falls, which is 34% of all injuries. If you cannot steady yourself on the ladder.
And a lot of people do that kind of stuff buzzed or drunk too.
Yeah.
Just stay off. If you have had anything,
stay off the roof.
Stay off the roof. I have no desire to go on my roof for any reason.
At no time of the year.
No.
Especially not when it's icy and cold.
No. I don't even know what my roof look like up there. So it's a roof. It exists.
We are all from the wonderful state of Michigan, and Midland, Michigan is where the Charles W. Howard Santa Claus School is located. Did you all know that?
The what school?
I think I did. I think I knew that.
Yeah, okay.
It hosts 130 Santas each year, where they gather and learn about the history of Saint Nick, popular toys, and Santa etiquette.
Santa etiquette.
What is Michigan doing? And why?
I don't know, but I really want to visit this school.
Where is the school located again?
It's in Michigan.
Is it in the main part of Michigan, or is it closer to the UP?
It's in Midland, the city of Midland, Michigan. That's where Pastor Charles Barkley is from, too. Not Charles Barkley, Mark Barkley.
Oh my Charles!
What did he start doing?
I've been watching other stuff earlier today.
Pastor Mark Barkley,
which Daddy used to minister there a lot in Midland. Midland is not huge, which I think makes it more intriguing.
That explains it then.
that they would have this Santa Claus school.
They have a lot of Dutch themes to it.
Not Midland, Holland.
No, Holland does.
Okay. I think I remember Midland though. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
so
I hope they graduate with honors. I don't know what they do.
I don't know
what they do over there.
Like,
I don't know what they get out of it. I don't know.
It's a certain way.
In 1980, what do you think the highest selling Christmas toy was in 1980?
1980
was Cabbage Patch out yet?
Cabbage Patch and Teddy Ruxpin and G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Barbie, just about anything Barbie.
Yeah.
Those are all good answers, but they're all wrong.
Nutcracker?
Nope.
I
remember this too. It was
Power
the
Wheels.
Rubik's Cube.
Oh God.
It was the Rubik's Cube. And in 1980, it was $199. It now, are y'all jiving me? It now sells for $10 or more.
I'm not buying no $10 Rubik's Cube.
I was about to say, what?
Did they change how they work? Because last time I checked, it was a bunch of plastic pieces that you twist around with some stickers on them. That you have to put the stickers on half the time. No, I'm not paying attention. I wish I would go to the store and toss some $10 for a Rubik's Cube.
There's so many different ways now.
If it's one of like the big fancy, if this one of the big fancy new ones, okay. If it's just a regular square.
No, I'm talking about the regular original one is $10 or more.
No.
Depending on where you buy it.
I refuse. No.
stickers off and move them all to the.
That's what I used to do. I was like, when I couldn't get it, I was like, let me just go ahead and just move these little colors
pull these
around.
stickers around. Some people used to pull them apart, pull the pieces apart, and put them back together too.
Yeah, I had some friends that did. That was way too much work for me. It's just easier just to move the stickers. Okay. Santa Claus is based on a real person, Saint Nicholas of Myra. He is the patron saint of banking, pawnbroking, selling, orphans, and New York City. What?
And orphans. Okay.
What?
I'm thinking about the patron saint of banking and pawnbroking.
I'm gonna need to fact check that. Who needs a patron saint of banking and pawnbroking? Okay. I think
I ain't gonna say nothing.
I think some bankers and pawnbrokers snuck that in somewhere. It was like, he's our patron saint. Okay. Yeah.
That's the patron saint of New York City, so I guess that does make some sense.
I'm
where the
checking
orphans come into place, I don't understand.
Exactly. None of that goes together.
The connection with Jupiter.
Okay.
That's what I was kidding.
Okay.
Because Jupiter and luck and finances, and it also represents children.
Okay.
Okay.
So figures like Santa Claus represent Jupiter. You know, running around, giving gifts and stuff, giving blessings and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. We'll take that. We'll accept it.
I appreciate that.
All right. Speaking of Santa Claus, did you know Santa didn't always wear the color red? For many years, he actually wore green, purple, or blue. He started appearing in red after he became a marketing
Coca-Cola
image for Coca-Cola, and they decided he should match their colors.
And purple is the color of Jupiter. See? You see what I'm saying?
I see you, girl.
Jupiter the light here. They wrong.
The first artificial Christmas tree was made in Germany out of goose feathers dyed green. Okay. All right.
I would want to see what that looks like, because in my head it looks real crazy.
Goose feathers look like.
Well, we talked about the Christmas lights. So for the people who didn't have Christmas lights in the like in the 1800s, early 1900s, if you wasn't Bugetto, then you decorated your tree with trees, fruit, and popcorn. And if you were, I guess, middle class, you used candles. I don't think you should put candles on a tree.
And I remember the first time I heard about it, I was like, that seems very unsafe. Just put candles on a tree.
But that's just me. All right.
Fire trees.
Santa receives more than 8 million letters every single year from children all around the world. Did either of you ever send Santa a letter?
No, we never believed in Santa.
Okay. I'm just asking. I don't know what y'all may have tried to sneak and do. I don't know. This is some interesting information. There are approximately 2.1 million reindeer in the world. I have not seen a reindeer to date. Have you?
No.
Well, we must be in the wrong spot. There's over 2 million of them. So
like face to face, but I've seen them like on the documentaries.
Yeah. And they do not look like deers at all.
No, they don't. They do look different. All right. And I think I said this last year, but I think it's just good information to know that the classic Christmas song Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving Day song. I just think it's fun to know that. Because again, you're going to be at that DMV one day.
No, nobody be trying to talk to nobody at DMV.
I was trying to think about the words, but all I know is jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells rock.
That's not Jingle Bells. Jingle Bell Rock.
That's a whole different song. Yeah, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell,
Oh my
jingle all the
God.
way. Oh, what fun it is. But I'm like,
Just imagine being in line and somebody is humming along the jingle bells. You could say, "Oh, did you know that used to be a Thanksgiving Day song?"
oh no,
Instant conversation. That could be your next best friend.
you must not have been to DMV recently. It's a lot of stuff happens to DMV. Humming is not one of the things that happens at the DMV. Bargaining, begging,
Praying for your life.
asking, can you just do it anyways and bring it later?
Oh my God, that's me. Can you please just take what I brought up here? I don't want to go back home.
I ain't never heard nobody be peppy at the DMV.
Oh my God. All right. Well, in case you're wondering, we talked about the 6 states that produce the most trees, but in case you were just wondering, every single U.S. state does grow Christmas trees. So if you're not in the top tier of Christmas tree growing states, just be at peace. Your state has a tree for you.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be the best. But
You may not be ranking in the gold of the state.
But you'll have a tree if you just need a tree.
But don't feel bad. You'll get a tree. And also, did you know that tinsel used to be made of real silver? Ain't no way. I'm about to throw some real silver on my tree.
I was surprised y'all just wasn't just getting broken into on a regular, just yoink. I'm coming to get your tinsel. Especially by the broke people that ain't got no electricity. Oh yeah, I'm coming to get your tinsel.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm gonna take this candle, I'm gonna light up this candle off your tree so I can see it real good.
No, I did not know it was made of real tinsel. Because it sure ain't now.
Oh,
I mean real
goodness.
silver. It sure ain't now.
All right. And that is all the holiday Did You Know facts. I hope that you got something that you can tuck under your cap for
Yes,
your
it's
holiday
tucked.
parties get together. And I'm trying to tell you, you're going to thank me the next time you're at the DMV.
Oh, the way you
All
bring
right.
up DMV, you need to go to the DMV
I
and then
don't
you
do
tell
that.
me how much
Oh, my.
conversation you try to start.
All right. Angelique.
Okay, so what is in y'all's cups?
Oh. I have some hot chocolate for today with marshmallows.
Ooh, marshmallows. What is in your cup, Chantilly?
I don't want to tell my business.
Shotty is drinking ice water.
With a twist of lemon.
A little squirt of lemon.
So healthy, so healthy. I am having orange drink mix. Oh, wink.
With what? Choked. Oh my gosh.
You say, oh, wink.
Oh, wink. And on that note, I will be providing some holiday beverage ideas, some for for not mature adults, because I'm mature 16 adults, legal adults over 21, okay. And some for the whole family or anybody that doesn't partake. So one of the first ones, I believe it's called a poinsettia, and it's champagne with a splash of cranberry juice, and that is it.
Ooh.
And you just put it in, in a little champagne flute. Have a little.
I don't have to do that.
Have a little special fancy moments. Feel like you're doing something. And I looked at the picture and I was like, it looks so pretty. It looks so pretty.
I don't have to do that. Check for me on Instagram. I'm gonna have my points set up. It's
such an Instagram drink. It looks like it just needs to be on Instagram somewhere, even if you don't ever drink it. Another one is candy cane drinks. This one can be made by the pitcher, or you can just make a smaller version just for you. But it has to be served chilled. And you mix peppermint schnapps, white cream to cacao, half and half, grenadine, and then you let's say adorn. That's not the word I'm thinking about. You put a candy cane in the top. That's what like on the word I'm thinking about.
That sounds fun.
And it looks it is just white and creamy, and it looks so good.
I can see why that has to be served chilled.
Yeah, that's sure. Not none of those you want, because it's basically all cream. You don't want any of the cream stuff warm. That's not a flavor you would enjoy. Another one is a Christmas mimosa, and this one is you fill a champagne flute with cranberry juice, topped with sparkling wine and a splash of orange liqueur.
Oh,
Another one you could just feel
Merry
real, real,
Christmas.
real fancy in the morning. Let's see.
All
Oh,
right.
another one is amaretto eggnog. You pour. You can just get like you don't have to make eggnog because none of us are about to make eggnog. I don't,
Mm-mm.
and I'm not. So you just buy some eggnog, buy your preferred brand, microwave it in a safe mug, for like 30 seconds a minute. Then you put a little bit of amaretto liqueur in it, and it just gives the eggnog like a little extra hint of sweetness. And I was like, I've had amaretto like an almondy sweetness on top of the eggnog. Another
Awesome.
one that this is made to be like a punch for like a group. Luscious slush punch. I just
Mm.
like the name. I was like, ooh, what's this?
That sounds good.
So you boil water, sugar, strawberry flavored jello, and then you boil that, and then stir in pineapple juice, lemon juice, and orange juice. Then you separate it into like two different containers and freeze it. Then you take it out, mix it with, I think they said ginger ale, and then or rum, and and then serve that as a punch.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yes. I was like, ooh, that's good. Another one is apple orchard punch. That's another like a punch bowl punch. So you mix in a large punch bowl, mix apple juice, cranberry juice concentrate, and orange juice. You stir all that till everything dissolves. Then slowly pour in ginger ale, so you get it nice and fizzy and good. And I was like, that sounds good too. And you can always switch it up and add something else in there if you want it. Candy cane cocoa, which you could have had today. This one, now the punch, starting from the luscious slush punch, all these are not alcoholic. The candy cane cocoa, you can they're saying how to make real cocoa, or you can just get a packet. But in a saucepan, heat milk, whiskey and chocolate, and crush peppermint candies until melted and smooth. And then you get your candy cane cocoa. I was like, oh, see. I'm like, I've never made hot chocolate, like actually made hot chocolate. I usually just get powder and go with it, but I was like, I might try at least 1 cup. Just one fancy cocoa before the holidays are over. And then the last one is I just like the name of this one, Cran Dandy Cooler. And they said in a gallon pitcher combine cranberry juice, pineapple juice, orange juice, cherry juice, and lemon juice. And then just before you serve it, slowly add ginger ale, stir the blend, serve over ice, and garnish with cherry and orange slices. And that is the last one. I'll make sure I add all these where I found them so y'all can look at them and check them out. But none of them are extreme, none of them be over expensive. They just all seem like different holiday things to try that aren't just the regular things that like eggnog and apple cider. Just try some new things for the holidays.
That sound good. All right. Shantali, you have an end of the year reading for us, or just information that we can use going into the end of the year, starting the new year?
Yeah, can you see me?
Not anymore.
Well, no, we were seeing you.
Okay, it's because I'm looking at the chart. Okay, so how we can kind of gauge how the new year, the 2024 is going to be is by looking at Rahu, because Rahu represents our destiny. If you are familiar with Western astrology, then it's going to be the north node of the moon, but I study Vedic astrology, so it would be Rahu. And Rahu is with Chiron, which is the wounded healer, and it's in the same sign as Neptune, and the sign that it's in is Pisces. So this 2024 is going to be really good for people who are in the entertainment industry, people who are producers, directors, actors, really deep into like the deep arts, the finer arts. It's going to be really good for people like that to follow their destiny, and to let go of perfectionism and like critical, anything that's critical that might be keeping them from moving forward into that area of their life. But if you're not into those type of things, then 2024 will be really good for letting go of subconscious things, subconscious wounds that are holding us back. Um, it'll be really good for that. It'll be really good for staying. It'll be really good for oh, what was I about to say? Um, oh, what we all want to do, what we always want to do, because Pisces represents like prisons and hospitals. So it's going to be, and opposite of Pisces is Virgo, and Virgo represents health and healing. So what we have to do to stay out of hospitals, focus on your health and healing. Okay. Like don't wait till it's too late. Um, you want to be working on that all 2024. And you also want to make sure that you are doing what you know is right when it comes to the law. This is not a year to try to test your fate or test your luck. Um, don't do anything that is, like don't do any get rich quick schemes. Don't do anything that you know is breaking the law. Don't do anything even immoral, because you will be in a place where you don't want to be. So that could be prison, jail. You could suffer losses because of that. So stay rooted and grounded. Stay in reality.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes, but when it comes to creativity, this is creativity and like the deeper fine arts. Like I was saying, like producers, actors, directors, writers, people who are spiritual, um, because Pisces is the deepest waters. So, and the deepest waters represents things that are you're not able to see them with your physical eyes. You have to only look with your spiritual eye, your third eye. And so this with Rahu being in Pisces is a really good. This will be a really good year for people who are spiritual to, especially if it's so if it's your profession
Mm-hmm.
in some way, seers, um, yoga teachers, Reiki, stuff like that. Readers, things like that. It's really good for that. So that's basically what I see. This is just me just looking at it. Like I usually like to like study everything and break everything down, but just from looking at where Pisces and where Rahu and Ketu are in 2024, that's what I see.
Okay.
Sounds great. All right. Well, we will take heed to that, take note of that, and treasure that. Actually, that was a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
Dream.
So we're going to get into some of our favorite holiday movies and memories. But I did want to tell you all that two things. I'm very big into movies and television, and I just discovered a show that is on TV right now on NBC called Found. Have you heard of this show?
I saw it. They showed it to me when I went on there because I started looking at Monk again, but I haven't watched it, but I did see it.
Let me tell you. Listen, Linda, let me tell you. This is one of the best TV shows I have seen in a long time. Of course, I will watch anything with Mark Paul Gosselaar because
I didn't know he was in it. Oh yeah, I'll be watching it.
I've been Team Zach since Saved by the Bell. Okay?
You know I'm watching now. You know I'm watching now. You know I'm watching now.
Now I know to look with the black lady, and he did something to her when he was little, when she was little.
Okay, so let me tell you. Without giving away too many spoilers.
But y'all tell me too much, I ain't gonna watch it.
I ain't gonna tell too much. I'm gonna tell you enough to make sure that you watch it.
Okay.
So, he's her kidnapper. He kidnapped her when she was like 15 years old, and he kept her for a little over a year, or right at a year. And he ends up kidnapping her and this younger girl right before she escapes. She gets free from him. She escapes. She becomes a private investigator of sorts and starts rescuing missing kids because that was her 20 years ago. Once you get into the show, you find out she's getting help from this person. She captured him, which his name is Sir. And she's got him chained up in her basement, but he's helping her solve cases at the same time. Like, when I tell you this show,
don't tell me anymore. Don't tell me anymore.
I'm gonna just say this: when I tell you, every episode is a twist and a turn that you would not think. Her whole staff of people are people who are adults who were kidnapped and traumatized at some point, and the ending of every episode is them showing them in their traumatic states and trying to get through them years later. So, like, they're these superheroes who are not really super in their own right. And when I watched it, I watched 4 episodes today. I was like, this is the next This Is Us for me. And This Is Us made me cry practically every darn week.
Mom was
but by the third,
that.
Listen, I would watch This Is Us literally not holding that Kleenex with a towel sometimes. Like, This Is Us was just like not fair. But by the 3rd episode, I was sitting in here just like not little tears, like crying, like this is not even right. So I'm just encouraging our listeners, as you go through the holidays. A lot of times that's when you want to get into some new TV series. You can binge watch this. It's on Peacock right now. You want to watch it. The other thing before we get into the rest of our show is I saw Beyonce's Renaissance concert movie this past weekend. And I've never loved Beyonce more in my life than I do today. It is absolutely phenomenal. She stated in the concert movie, it took her 4 years to do the Renaissance World Tour, to put it together. And I think all of us have. Like, I've watched tons and tons of YouTube capturing of it, but it does no justice to seeing her up on that big screen in the movie theater. Because it's right up in her face. So it's not the distance of someone's camera phone from her. Some people had some very poor seating trying to capture the concert, but they still put it up. Some of the things that I loved was every single song had excerpts of multiple outfits of hers. So you definitely saw all the different cities that she was in. She had some, I thought I saw every outfit. She had some outfits in a couple songs that I was just like, when did I miss that one? So that was really cool to see. She does basically every song from Renaissance, from the tour that you may have seen on YouTube, excluding probably, I think, maybe 3 or 4 different songs. But it was nothing that was current. She does everything from Renaissance, which I think was the most important. Anything that I saw, that I clocked that she pulled was old stuff. The only thing that's missing that I wanted to see live and up close and personal was the Vogue interlude. Like, I wanted to see that so bad, and that's not in it. But she does give tribute to the announcers and the ballroom for sure. And I didn't know. I kept looking at some of her dancers like, gosh, they look so familiar to me. I don't know if you all watched the show Legendary that comes on HBO Max. That's the ballroom competition.
I haven't. I've seen people talk about it, but I haven't watched it.
Dancing. But
I know what ballroom you talk about.
I don't want nobody to get confused.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about
that. But the group that just won this past season, which was a younger group of dancers, are part of her dance team for Renaissance. And I knew that I kept seeing a couple faces that looked so familiar to me. So that was really encouraging. You see so many people that she gave a chance to that got put on for the tour for this, that she just did so much. She gives the backstory of Blue Ivy, how she ended up dancing, that she was never supposed to be in the tour. She was never supposed to perform it. She kept begging to do it, which is why she kind of does it midway through. And she actually was only supposed to do one show. And the reason why she ended up doing more was simply, unfortunately, based upon the negativity of people. And because she's Beyonce and Jay-Z's child, she didn't go under a rock. She was like, I'm going to come back and be better and prove you all wrong, which is what she did.
She sure did.
And so I'm proud of her for that. But, I don't want to go deep into it. We've discussed it already, but the amount of adults I saw talking about this 11-year-old, that most of them have never been on a stage and never performed and never danced. And I'm saying this girl did, the first time she's in front of people like this, is in front of 80,000 people. Come on.
Really?
Even the best dancers could be shaken in that moment.
Yes.
So I applaud her, but I applaud her for continuing to go. She does do the version of Savage that has Megan Thee Stallion when she was on stage with her in Houston. She does have the version of America's Got a Problem with Kendrick Lamar. And I like Kendrick a whole lot, but I really just don't follow him a whole lot. So I know there's people in the LGBT community who are a little bit put off, because I guess he's made some very unkind statements about the community. So it's kind of like, why is she working with him and why does she showcase him? But I think I would just say this. I feel like Beyonce is not a controversial person. I think she's a person who tries to believe in, support, and love everybody, try to work with everybody. And one of the things that she really states about this album was, which I so identified with, was that she had spent basically her whole career trying to be perfect for everybody else and only really breaking herself. And that's the purpose for, she was like, when I did Renaissance, when I did this music, I didn't want to think about other people. I just wanted to have fun. When I planned this tour, I didn't want to think about rehearsing till I injured myself or rehearsing till it was perfect. I just wanted to get out there and have fun. And it exudes from the way that she sings, the way she performs, the choreography, it is a different Beyonce. And so I think that she worked with the people that she just wanted to work with. And I think people can say dumb things. I think people are entitled to their opinion. I have not had a chance to research or hear the comments, but I don't personally believe she will work with someone who attacked the community, because a big part of the whole thing with Renaissance, this is the last thing I'll say so that make sure y'all go watch it, is it's based upon her uncle Johnny, who was gay. Introduced her to house music and changed her life.
I think she said it in one of her songs. She said something like Uncle Johnny.
Yeah,
something.
She talks about he made her dress.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think she would work with someone who just hated the community or said defaming things, because it's too close to her life and too close to her heart. And it's her mother's brother. So who helped raise them when, Matthew was gone, working. He was a big part of their life. So I just don't think she would be that disrespectful to his memory. And then Kendrick is still not that old, in my opinion. So I just think people say things, and again, people are entitled to their opinions too. But I don't think that she was trying to throw anything in anybody's face or be hurtful to anybody, because she wouldn't have had the Vogue interlude. She wouldn't have, when she traveled, she had different announcers and different callers at different times. So T.S. Madison did it before. She had just different people. So you see where her heart was. But that's kind of just all I'll say on the back end of it. But for me, and all of us, our performers in some way, it was so inspiring. Like, I was studying and I was sitting next to Michael, and he was just like, at certain points I was so intense, like in the screen, like taking it all in. But it was like going to school. It was like taking a master class in concert and performing and presentation. It just, in those 3 hours. And normally a 3-hour movie, I absolutely can't do. That went by so fast. It went by so fast, and it was just good. And the greatest thing was the theater was basically empty. So I sang like it was me and her.
I don't have a problem doing if it's not really anybody in there, fine. I cannot stand people do that when it's a bunch of people in there. Like what people been doing at the table, which I mean, a lot of them are fans, but I'm like, what a lot of people are doing with the Taylor Swift movie. I was like, okay, that's exhausting. No, if I was there with a bunch of people, I'm like, I'm here to hear Taylor. But so it's like if it's just you ain't drowning her out.
Oh, we was having a good time. Now eventually some other people came in, but it was basically a bunch of sisters.
Yeah. Yeah, they fed you.
So we was all having a good time.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys got to know the line. Like sometimes just let enjoy it. Right. In the end, you have some moments you sing a little bit.
Yeah, they was breaking their soul all night.
Especially because they paid for it. Especially because they paid for their tickets. So
that ticket was about $22.
Let them enjoy their moment.
All right, mate.
She said, "This ain't no movie
ticket." Okay. I encourage, when I first heard, I was like, does that mean she better call my house and sing something to me or something? I don't know.
Okay. If she called,
but I get it.
It's because it's not a movie.
I do, and let me tell you, and I probably would only say this about her and maybe one or two other people, but it was absolutely worth it, and I would pay more, honestly.
Because it's like what she did is like what we've had here like a couple times when it's been like special things at the movie theater, but they're not movies like
Yeah, and I thought about like when we went
to they're not
Alien, that ticket was like $18.
Yeah,
but it was worth it because it was like being at the same thing as like being at the theater and watching the free because it was whole show. It was like three of his shows.
Yeah, so it's like it's not a movie.
Concert film.
It's not like a movie, so it's different price. So I'm like, I understand why hers is $23 because that's with my bank account set up right now. That was been the closest I can get to a Beyonce concert at the moment. What her ticket price is looking like. I gotta check it at the savings.
It's worth it, and I encourage. And even though I've seen it before, I would love to see it. I know Chantilly is another state. Maybe we can go in together, Angelique, and then put Chantilly on video chat.
It won't be the same.
And I don't know what else I can do.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But it is. I would gladly watch it again. It was that good. And so that being said, it's the time of year where you cannot turn on your TV without seeing holiday movies, and they're at the box office as well. And watching holiday movies was also a big thing in our house growing up. And so I just thought while we sit. Whatever's in our respective cups. We can share our memories or what our favorite holiday movies are. They could be from any era, and why you love them so much. So I'll start. Some of mine, of course, for me, one of my favorite all-time holiday movies has been and always will be It's a Wonderful Life. We grew up on it. And it's just one of the most perfect holiday movies. What I didn't know was that movie actually was a flop when it came out.
It's so funny when I hear that about movies like that.
It only became popular once it got to be on television some years later. I think it's amazing because it's such a good movie. And considering it was Jimmy Stewart and he was like the man in the 40s. But that being said, to me, it has always been the movie that definitely signified what time of year it was, warmed my heart, made me feel good. It was something that we always watched together as a family. Mm-hmm. My father introduced us to that growing up, and it was for years when we were little. It was a tradition to watch it as a family, and I hold that in my heart as one of my favorite memories growing up. Like that was really special. Another older Christmas movie for me is also connected to my dad, A Charlie Brown Christmas. It's just my Christmas, so you watch Charlie Brown.
You gotta at least watch it one time.
It's a sad little tree.
Oh, that was the saddest of sad little trees.
My dad and I have been watching that as long as I can remember. I just don't even remember not watching that with him. All the Charlie Brown, The Great Pumpkin, all of them. But that Charlie Brown Christmas, and it's currently on Apple TV. It's just always been special to me. And when I was a kid, I could have sworn that was really long, like over an hour. And I watched it recently on Apple TV, and it was like 20 4 minutes.
I think that and the Grinch surprised me when I got older because I was like, remember I watched the Grinch and I was like, did they edit it? Did they cut it down?
More movie to this.
And I was like, I had to Google it and it was like, no, this literally is like almost a short.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of the Grinch, I think that was another one that I also watched that one with my dad, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Of course, I read the book and all of that, but the classic cartoon to me is just so special. But I actually equally enjoyed Jim Carrey's.
Me too.
But when I think of favorite, it is the old school classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Also for me, it's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I don't like a lot that Chevy Chase did. It just wasn't that funny to me. But but that Christmas Vacation movie is hilarious, and of course, it goes down as one of the most iconic Christmas movies ever. And I don't. That's not one I have to absolutely watch every year, but I do watch it when I see it for sure. Another Owen is the 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You just have to watch that claymation.
Rankin Bass.
Yes.
It's just Christmas, you know.
It's like the older I get, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so janky, but it's so nostalgic.
But you have to watch it.
Some of the imagery,
when
some of the characters,
snowman comes.
Some of the characters,
the abominable snowman is like, oh my gosh.
And some of the character designs are quite terrifying if you look at them longer than a second. But it's so nostalgic.
You still watch it. You're gonna watch it. I think White Christmas for me. That's with Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I think I was maybe 9 or 10 when I first saw it. Because I was already so in love with dance and everything. I just fell so in love with it. But I'm gonna tell you what I love the most about the White Christmas movie, this old movie, and they've colorized it now. But it was the costuming, like the gowns and stuff that these ladies were wearing.
Oh my God.
And it's just classic and eclectic to me all at the same time. And I absolutely love it. I love the performances. I love the singing. I love Danny Kaye. Danny Kaye is one of my favorite older comedic actors. He goes back in the era of Red Hilton and all of them. He was just amazing.
Is that the guy with the red hair? But he does fun.
Yes.
I went through like a binge of watching his stuff, and I was just like, he is hilarious. He is so hilarious.
And he was perfect playing off of Bing Crosby. Like, they were the perfect duo for this movie. But I just loved it. It's just one of my favorites. That I have to be in a super Christmassy mood like that, when I have to have like my fuzzy socks on and my favorite blanket and my hot chocolate. Like, it just makes you feel. But by the time they sing White Christmas, you're caught up. You're in it. You're in it. And so that's one of my favorites. Elf has become one of my favorites. And the funny thing is, I love Will Ferrell, and I knew I would like it. I didn't think I was going to love it like I do, to the point that I absolutely have to watch that one every year.
And I've watched that inside of holiday season and outside of holiday season.
I've watched outside of holiday season, and they're asking him to do a reboot, and he recently just said, nobody wants to see me.
And he's a person who doesn't even really. He's another person who doesn't even like doing sequels and reboots, like him and
he said that
him and Jim Carrey are not.
Agree.
Him and Jim Carrey are not fans of that.
I fully agree. As of last year, I will tell you that Spirited, speaking of Will Ferrell, has become one of my favorite holiday movies. And between last Christmas and this Christmas, I've watched Spirited 6 times. That is starring him and Ryan Reynolds, and that is on Apple TV. If you have not seen Spirited, what's wrong with you? But anyway,
you deal with your life.
It is great. And if you're a person who loves musicals, this is the Christmas musical for you. And it is not a typical Christmas story, number one. It is not a typical Christmas musical. One of the things I loved about Spirited was that they showcased tap dance in it. And I thought, I don't even remember last time I saw tap dance in a movie, period. And it's got not just tap dance, but it's got my syncopated ladies in it. And
oh my gosh, I love their
career. But the songs are so original and so perfect to see. It's Octavia Spencer, right?
Yeah.
To see her in that role was incredible. And I've heard her sing before, but her voice was just, it was a little bit different for this. And I think Shawnee may mention this because we had already talked about it, but there's one song that Will Ferrell sings. Oh my gosh. that Unredeemable? Oh! But I'm gonna tell you, this movie takes you on a ride that you're not prepared for. Every time you think you know where the movie's going, it's like they snatch you a whole different direction.
Yes.
There's so many different types of music in it. It's something for everybody that loves musicals. It's a part for you in it. So it just became one of my favorites, and I know I'll be watching it for years to come. And I think my last one that I will share, at least for now, is believe it or not, I love me some Polar Express. Okay, it's just so cute and warm and fuzzy, and I love it. And it's Tom Hanks, so
it is. It's just.
And did you know Tom Hanks did 6 of the voices for that movie?
He did a lot in that movie. He did a lot.
But when I remember when I first saw it, and I kind of thought this is going to be the one, because I'm not real big on animated films or cartoons. Period. I have since I've been a kid. It's really not my thing. When I finally saw it, I mean, and that had me crying too. I was just like, they are so wrong for this.
I just really like.
I can watch without crying now.
The hot chocolate song will always be one of my favorite parts of that movie.
Yeah.
It just is.
So those are mine. Chantilly?
The first one comes to mind is Jingle Jangle.
I should have said that.
I like that because it was different. I like the hairstyles. I like the music. I like what's her name? She got 3 names. L'Oreal. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Anika Noni Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Anika Noni Rose.
But I like the song. And Keegan-Michael Key, he was good in it. He showed, I like Ricky Martin, little sassy behind was in there.
I know.
I didn't think he was gonna be that funny, but he was funny. I like so much about it. It was black, but it wasn't like ghetto. Like some people, like if people think like if it's black, you have to make it a certain way. It was classy and it was black. And I like that about it. So yeah, I like Jingle Jangle. I like. What you about to say?
I was gonna say the choreography blew me away in that one too.
I might have to rewatch
and the
that
costuming.
Because that was
and the costuming. I was just like, oh my god! And like you said, because it was black, it was just like, look at us.
Really, they didn't try to hood it up and nothing. They just was like, no, it's just even black
Forrest
people.
Whitaker, which I mean, Forrest is great. He's a great actor, but he even did great in it too.
Yeah. I liked everything in it, but I hate to say this, I didn't see it all the way through, but I do want to pay him remembrance. Twitch did the Nutcracker last year.
Oh yeah.
Didn't see the whole thing because Rev Run was messing it up for me, but I should again. Always like the stop motion claymation movies like Rudolph and the Snowman. I always like those. And both, like you said, both of the Grinches.
Yeah.
Especially well, I can't say even especially because they both mean something different. Because because the first one is just like the Grinch, and it reminds you of like childhood and things like that.
From the book, if you see it, it is what it's like. They just made the book a little short cartoon.
Yeah, but it has memories connected to it. Like you just, this is what it is. You can't compare the two because the Jim Carrey one came out. When that one came out, like I already like love like just about everything he does as an actor. Then you have my girl in it. What is her name? I can't remember her name right now. His girlfriend, the one that wanted to be his girlfriend. What is her name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Because she was in Mamma Mia.
Yes. I cannot remember her name right now. I would know it any other time, but I cannot remember her name right now.
You're going to make me Google. You're going to make me have to Google. It's going to bother me until I figure it out.
She was in Chicago, too. She was the reporter.
She was in a lot of stuff. She was in one of the shows I used to watch, too. Oh, okay, Mamma Mia. Okay. This is the fastest way I can get to it. Christine Baranski.
Her. Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I love her. So it had Jim Carrey and her, and like it was so many like memorable moments. Like when I said when he was like holiday hoobie whatty,
Yeah.
he was like Journey duty. So yeah, that one. Is there any other Christmas movies?
Because Renee named a lot that I was gonna say anyway, so I had to get some other ones that I like to make. I'm like, she named half the ones I was gonna name.
They can still be your favorites.
Like ever again in my whole life. Like I promise. Like I don't need.
What was that?
Charlie Brown. Like I'm good with a meme or a picture. Like I don't need to watch. Any more Charlie Brown, anything. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
All I got is rocks.
But yeah.
All I got is rocks.
See, yeah.
Oh, Charlie.
Polar Charlie Brown.
All right. That's it. Angie.
Okay, so basically all the ones Renee and Shani said also. Mostly though, pretty much a good chunk of those. So I'm gonna say some of the ones I like are Elf, of course. I mean, we've all said Elf is just it's so good and funny. Another one that neither one of y'all said was, because I don't even need to know if y'all saw it, was Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that.
I never.
That ain't my cup of tea right there.
But I've never been able to see the whole movie all the way through. But that soundtrack, girl,
it's so good. It's so, oh my gosh, it's
that soundtrack.
Yes.
What the favorite one is the villain song. Mr. Heebie Jeebie or something like that.
I know you're talking Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
yeah. His song is the joint. But that movie is so good. It really is. Like the name will throw you off, but like when you actually watch the movie, it's like, oh, okay, it's cool. Go ahead.
Go away. No way.
Another one I'll pick is Rise of the Guardians. I did actually like that one I saw, and I've seen it a few times since. Another one was Scrooged.
Oh, that is a good one. Yeah.
Cause what's her name? I'm going blank on her name. Oh, she stayed in his face. She stayed on his back. He was like, "Don't let this high voice fool you." Nothing. And then I'll see the last one I'll name is The Preacher's Wife.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I was like, oh, I'm wrong. I have seen that several times.
Oh, it's kind of hard to watch it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't watched it in years, but I'm saying that still was. I mean, I watched it a bunch. Like at one point, I was watching it like constantly. But those are the ones I'll pick just because, I mean, after a while, it's just me literally repeating you and Renee. And like, so, because it's like a lot of those movies, it's like, yeah, that one. Ooh, that one too. Ooh, yeah. But yeah, those, I'll say those are the ones I'll pick, but those are not. Oh, one more. Now this, I know this is probably just me. Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, no, that's you.
That's a good one.
That's
the end, the snow was falling.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was sweet. That was like, it's almost too, it make it too emotional for Christmas, but it is a good movie.
And it's barely a Christmas movie. Like, it's one of those movies that's barely a Christmas movie. But yeah, it's like Die Hard. It's like, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like Die Hard. I was putting Christmas, and I'm like, are y'all serious?
Because it's technically set during Christmas, but like nobody mentions it's Christmas. But yeah, those are the ones I'll pick. But I mean, it's now if I just went and just Googled, and because some stuff I probably forget, it's so many movies, and I'll be like, yeah, that one too, and that one too, and that one too. But yeah, I'm probably gonna rewatch. I know I'm gonna watch Elf again soon. I know I'm gonna watch The Grinch. I know I'm gonna watch Nightmare Before Christmas. I haven't seen Scrooge in a while, so I might rewatch that soon.
Looks like we got some stuff to watch and enjoy.
What?
That's always good.
And most of these, none of these are like the newest one. I think is Rise of the Guardians, but other than that, it's Elf. Like, none of these are like recent.
Right. You know, one I left out is just came out, but I think everybody should watch it. I think you'll love it. Is Candy Cane Lane, Eddie Murphy's new movie that just came out.
I haven't seen it yet, and I probably would have had it on my list if I saw it.
It is so, oh my God, it's so good. And speaking of movies that just came out, and I know you saw it, Angelica's Genie with Melissa McCarthy.
I forgot that. Oh my God, I like that.
That is for sure going on my forever list.
And I told Mom and Dad, y'all need to watch it. Yeah. Y'all will love it.
And it's another one that you think you know where it's headed,
and it did not. It didn't. It didn't. And I was
and she managed to make me cry at the end, and I was just like, darn you, Melissa.
I didn't even see the movie. When she was saying what she said in the trailer, I was like, what's going on, Melissa? What you gotta do, Melissa? What? No. I'm scared to watch it because I already know from the trailer. I was like, I'm finna be an emotional mess.
No, honestly, most of the movie, yeah, most of the movie you're gonna be laughing. You're gonna be most of the movie you're either gonna be laughing or feeling like the connection to the characters and wanting what they want to happen. That's really a lot of it just build a connection with the character if you're not laughing. And then at the very end, it's like, oh, remember how you care about all these people? Get ready to cry.
Here we go. It was really like a gut punch.
5, 4, 3. Because I was in my room like,
for his happy.
What'd you say?
It seems like she has to sacrifice something for his happiness.
I'll put it this way. I'm not gonna give it away. Sacrifices happen. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm not saying you're right. So I'm just gonna say sacrifices happen. Here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Put a pin in it. Boop.
Okay. What is it on?
Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's gonna go on my list of stuff that I watch.
For some reason I forgot about it, or else I know I would have put it on mine. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, does Candy Cane Lane redeem Eddie Murphy from that other movie that I don't want to speak about that I saw he was in? And
I said that, and I was like, he's back because he broke my heart with the last one.
Because I was,
it's classic Eddie since he got into the family genre.
Okay,
so I mean, it's not Beverly Hills Cop 48 Hours.
Well, no, I didn't think it was.
He doesn't want to be that Eddie anymore. But he does enough. Like, I definitely had some like laugh out loud laugh moments, and I mean, it's him and Tracy Ellis Ross. So I mean,
yeah.
And
you can't say that. But
the lady who plays the villain in Good Burger 2, the sister, she's in it.
Okay. She's hilarious.
Jillian Bell. Mm-hmm. And Santa Claus says David Allen Greer. He's a Santa Claus like you've never seen.
Oh
I'll
my
just
gosh.
say that.
Oh my goodness.
But Chris Red is in it. What's my girl from the Black Lady sketch show?
The lead,
Robin Thede. Robin Thede. She's in it.
Yeah.
And Pentatonics is in it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's great casting. It's great casting. It's really good. So definitely.
Somebody should purge this down and make him watch it to see what you do with a cast of great people.
Really? Because I don't want to discuss that movie.
One time.
That was Jonah Hill's baby. That was his movie. That's all I'm gonna say. He don't get no more airtime on our show. Anyway,
But speaking of, you do know that he's making another when I say he, I mean Eddie Murphy is making another Beverly Hills Cop.
It's on Michael and I's to do. We're just waiting for it to drop.
Yeah, because he's kind of making up for the last one. Because the last one he even is disappointed in. And everybody that watched it was disappointed because he was like, "What is? Why am I not laughing? Why am I not laughing?"
I've never seen any of the Beverly Hills Cop movies, and the thing about Michael is he's the more you get to know him, everything with him is classic and nostalgia. Like he's not a big into any type of remakes or reboots. If you talk to him about anything that's been remade, he will always tell you, but the original was better. I don't care if that's movies, music, cars, the outfit. Like that's just him. But he grew up watching so many classic movies that we for sure didn't watch, especially growing up in the household that we grew up in. So when I was there in Colorado, he was adamant that I had to watch the Beverly Hills Cop movie. So we watched 1 and 2. I'll get to 3. But it was so funny because he just kept saying, "I can't believe you never watched Beverly Hills Cop." And I was like, "You hear all this cussing?" And I've told you.
Oh no, no. I saw when I was much older. No, that was not about to be watching our house. Not one piece. None of it.
I'm going to say something that could be controversial.
Okay, but, go ahead and drop it, girl.
I don't really like Eddie Murphy before 1995. I saw Raw and I was like,
She said, She said, Angie.
I've heard people say,
Angie,
like
you still there?
I'm not that invested in Eddie. Like if she was just like Eddie, like if she was one of the people that was just like Eddie Murphy isn't funny, then I would have been like, okay, well, you're adopted. But if I know people that like eras of Eddie Murphy. I know people that like eras.
To be quite honest, I don't think for me, I don't have to watch a lot of his earlier stuff. Like even when I was watching Beverly Hills Cop, that laugh he had, I was like, gosh, that really is annoying. And I realized he doesn't do that now. No. He doesn't do that in any of his movies.
I haven't heard that laugh in years.
I think he does it in one scene in this new movie because it stood out to me. And I was like, oh, that's the Eddie Murphy laugh, which I think people thought that was his laugh. But I'm like, if you watch him in interviews, that's not how he laughs. That's a character.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the only older stuff he's done that I really like has been like Trading Places.
Coming to America.
Yeah, Coming
to America is when he made the change for me. And that was like 88.
But I was saying that. Group of when he started doing stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think he was coming to his own.
Yeah,
but we get sidetracked. But we still love you, Sean. You're still part of the family. You're still one of our sisters.
My favorite movie is Life. So
now that was hilarious.
And that's a movie. If I like when I still was watching, like we still had like cable or something like that. If I just ran across it and it was like already had started, I don't care where I follow. I'm gonna watch it. I don't care if it's in the middle. I'm gonna just finish watching it from where I am. Because it's a good movie. It's so funny.
It is a good movie. And it's a lot of movies that when they put it on TV, they cut it and chop it and edit it to where it's hard to watch. But that is still because it's genuine comedy and it's so many comics in it. It's still good, even when you know they've taken about 200 cuss words out of it.
Yeah. That's like really that was one of the like good. If you watch it on USA or TNT, you pretty much were safe. If you watched on TV, if it came on anywhere else, just skip it because they about to cut out the best parts.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. And I think him and Martin together were really good. And
Yes.
I remember when they were advertising it, I wasn't 100% sure that because their comedy stylings are so different, but and even their characters, even in the movie, were still different. But it was really, it was just really good. And to think that like Joe Torre's in it, Anthony Anderson's
Oh my
in
God, it
it,
was
Opa
so many
Babatunde's
people.
in it. I can't even remember the guy's name. The guy that was in Joanna Man. Well, he's been in some of everything.
I know you're talking about. Because he has his name almost sounds Hispanic.
Yeah.
Miguel Nunez.
But he's in some of everybody. Bernie Mac.
Yep.
Bokeem Woodbine, like he just knocked it out the park. Like he put everybody in it.
Cause like mom and I were just quoting that line, which I'm not gonna say the actual word they say, but it was quoting that line when he was like, "How much would it cost to turn that white only pie into an empire?"
Oh yeah.
We would be saying stuff like, 30 miles. I said 30 miles.
Like that's a movie I watched all the way to the blooper. Like I watched even the bloopers. Like, they just I watched the whole till it's off. It's just hilarious.
Because one of my favorite bloopers is when somebody calls him on his cell phone and he answered, he said, "Yeah, I know they didn't have phones back then."
Like, wait a minute. This ain't my daddy watch.
I know it's just so funny. It's just so funny. That's what I'm saying. When Eddie Murphy is on, he's on. When he's off, oof, Lord help us all.
And he hasn't really been off a whole lot. That's why the last movie was when I saw the last movie that was on Netflix, and that's what we gonna say. What was so obvious to me though, because even the movies that he doesn't write or direct, he still has his handprint in, and they usually let him go and be him. So he said that they'll let him ad-lib. This is Eddie Murphy. It was so clear to me that in his last movie, his handprint wasn't on it. Like this wasn't him. This wasn't. And I mean, white writers don't always get it right, but in today's currency, a lot of them do. But I was surprised, honestly. I thought you could do better.
Well, we've noticed with Jonah that he could do better recently with a lot of different areas in his life.
Jonah.
With Mr. Hill.
He has been dropping the ball consecutively, repeatedly.
I thought to have. So clearly, it was supposed to be like a remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and they failed miserably, right?
Except they already did that, and that classic. One was better.
The concept is classic. You talking about Sidney Poitier and all these great actors of that time. I thought Bernie Mac's Guess Who was far better if you're going to do that concept
with Ashton Kutcher. That was way better comparatively.
I legitimately laughed watching that movie. I'll even admit I've watched it more than once because it actually was good, But this, I was watching it like, and I don't like watching a movie when I've seen the trailers and the only funny parts are the trailers, so you're just kind of waiting.
That's already a red flag.
No, it's funny because that's basically where we were. But to have Nia Long in it and to have she just slipped my mind. The girl that played his girlfriend. Like you have these huge icons in this movie, and
Titans, all have fallen.
Like Jonah.
Like this, like the people that were
on both sides, because you got David Duchovny and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Like,
and again, some of my favorite scenes was when it was just Julia Louis-Dreyfus and David Duchovny, or just Eddie Murphy, and it was like nobody was ever together being funny. It was like, oh, this group is funny. This group is funny.
Right. Because I'm gonna tell you, that dinner scene at the table was like, is this a horror movie?
What am I doing? Like, what am I watching right now?
Oh, let's
I
stop
was
talking about it.
just
It's
so
gonna be bad dreams.
I was just so disappointed, and it was like I made myself because I would have been perfectly fine ending it and not finishing
And
the
I was
movie.
so mad because I was so anticipating this is Eddie that I watched it like the minute it was available on Netflix. Like, 'cause it came out on a Friday, so I actually watched it before we filmed the show.
I could have watched
That's how
something
much I was
else.
just like, oh, I gotta watch it. And then I was like, now I gotta get my mind right. I
I
watch
could have
this
watched something
little bookie.
else. Yeah.
Oh, Kyle Murphy, Nia Long, Julia Louis Dreyfus, Lauren London, David Duchovny, even
Lauren
Jonah.
London, that's what I was thinking.
Jonah
about.
Hill
Yeah.
is even better than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was disappointed with him. Like, you work with enough great people and even great Black people. Jonah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know where the ball got dropped, but it got dropped.
I think because he's known for smoking.
That's no, I don't even think you put that on that.
I think you went to because even what's his name who really smokes a lot, the white guy. Oh gosh, I can see his face.
Seth Rogen.
Not Seth Rogen.
His friend.
Oh, it's bothering me. It's bothering me. He's in some of everything.
Not the friend we're not talking about no more.
A white guy that smokes a lot. We're gonna have to change the subject.
This is bothering me.
Because now you done brought it up. As soon as we get this name, we're moving on.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about because if you're talking about that group,
I can see his face.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, it is Seth Rogen. It is Seth Rogen. When you said Seth Rogen, my mind was going to Joe Rogan, but Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen even was like, Jonah, he gets it in, and Seth is known for living in the smoke.
Well, I don't even know if I can blame that on smoke. That's I don't know what that
I didn't
was.
say just the smoke, but I'm saying I think he was way off his game. But at any rate, that definitely went on my because a lot of times when I watch stuff on Netflix, I'll leave it in my queue. I took that off.
Yes.
Like,
don't bring it up. Don't recommend it.
Don't recommend this or nothing like it to me ever again.
No.
But anyway, to answer your initial question, yes, Candy Cane Lane absolutely redeems Eddie Murphy, and it's another one that left me with a wonderful, warm, happy feeling, and I will definitely be watching it again. And I think anyone who loves good family movies should watch it. It was really,
I'll check it out.
Really good.
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
because I keep meaning to it. I forgot, so I'll be watching this weekend.
Yeah. So you can't really get into movies without getting into the music of the season. So my question to you all is, what's on your holiday playlist? I know for me, I know it's Christmas time when I hear the Temptations saying, Christ, the Savior has been born. It's absolutely, and they usually play it the day after Thanksgiving. You're gonna start hearing that Silent Night by the Temptations. When Melvin Franklin come in with that good bait,
oh my god,
we good. We all good in the hood. And it, growing up in our house, especially because my dad loved the Temptations so much, it's one of the first Christmas songs I ever remember ever hearing. So it's super special to me. I mentioned it in the movie, but also just listening to it is White Christmas by Bing Crosby. And it's just, it makes you want to pour a cup of hot cocoa and watch the snowflakes fall.
Yeah, I had to drink cocoa in the morning because I drink it. I'll be up tomorrow in church house. Did you go to sleep? No.
Another one of my favorites on my playlist is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
Oh my god, that's a good one.
I love that version of hers. And I should say all of the basic Christmas songs I love because I love Christmas music, but there's certain songs that an artist has done, their rendition is just special to me. I love the song Mary Did You Know, and I think just about anybody could sing it and I would love it, but I absolutely love CeeLo Green's version.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, I've heard that.
We danced to it. Our dance team has done it.
Oh yes,
church team and PD Cat's done it. Oh, I was shocked. His Christmas album blew me away because he actually sang, like sang.
Mm-hmm.
But that Mary Did You Know broke me down. Like I wasn't ready. Like you hear how awesome his voice really is singing it.
Yeah.
You got to hear it. You got to hear it.
That's his version is very good.
It is. And my dad, I think Daddy just always sang it phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
The Christmas song, which is Chestnuts Roasted on an Open Fire by Nat King Cole. That's another one that just makes you feel like you need a warm cup.
Mm-hmm.
The way he sang that
and
song.
that's one that I love to hear Daddy sing too. But Daddy's voice sounds a lot like Nat King Cole's. But I love hearing Nat King Cole sing that. It's just absolutely beautiful. One of my favorites that I love is Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but I love the Jackson 5 version. I love to hear Little Mike sing
Santa Claus is coming
to town. I love, this is another song I love just about any version of, is Little Drummer Boy. I just love the song. And a lot of people have knocked it out the park. But I will say, over the years, I've come to Pentatonics.
Yes.
Alex Boyer.
Oh, his
and
good.
Naturally 7 are my top 3 that sing it. But it's just like,
what about RuPaul?
Naturally 7 and Pentatonics. There's something about hearing a cappella singing for that particular song. It makes it awesome. But I love Alex Boyer's because he's African. He does it different, and I think because he's African, the way he does his is actually more up tempo, actually. But I love his version too. Let It Snow by Frank Sinatra. I just love it. I love when Old Blue Eyes sings that one. Y'all probably gonna laugh at me, but I love Feliz Navidad. I just love it.
When we lived in Little
Rock, I just do.
When we lived in Little Rock, we lived around a whole bunch of Mexicans, and they was playing the mess of that song.
If I didn't like it, to the Navidad.
Okay. And I was like, hey, they're playing it all in the midnight, laying in the bed. Hey, all right. Hey, let's get it in.
He said we gotta get another round.
Oh my gosh. I love What Christmas Means to Me by Stevie Wonder. It's really beautiful, and I listen to that every single year. I love Baby It's Cold Outside by Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. I just think it's cute, and it's just it showcases their voices really well. And then since we've been kids, for me, the song instrumental that I love is Still Not by Mannheim Steamroller, which my dad actually sings over. But just to hear that instrumental, because I love Silent Night. That's another one I love, and most people sing it really well. But to hear that, you have to hear Mannheim Steamrollers, and it's called Still Not, NACHT. Oh my gosh. By the time this song, the crescendo, and that little kid's piano plays at the very end, done. It's a wrap. And those are, to me, my top favorites. Like I said, I think most songs, "Joy to the World," "Oh Holy Night," like anybody just about can sing those and not love them. But there's a certain songs. It's a particular artist. It's different, like BB and CeCe Winans did a Christmas album probably close to 30 years ago now. I promise you I listen to that every single year, the whole album. So there's certain people, I love everything the Pentatonics does. They have a couple Christmas albums. I love all of their stuff. They can almost just do no wrong with me. So there's certain people, it's the artist too. But I could just go on and on when because music is my life. So I think those are my tops, though, that I know if I listen to nothing else, I'm listening to those.
Yeah.
Chantilly.
Okay, so I'm Well, I'm gonna start off with this one. Then I'm probably gonna take a very drastic turn. Okay.
Okay.
Start off with Destiny's Child, "Oh Pair the Bells," and "8 Days of Christmas."
I almost said 8 Days of Christmas, but it's not one of my favorites. I just like it. But I figured that was a good album.
It's thing, but I like, oh, it's talking about the ding dong, like those two is ones I remember most on that CD. I remember I had the whole CD, but then every dog on Christmas, I have to hear "Something Claus" by Keenan from SNL. I promise, ain't no pass. And I don't know how many years. Like, I have to hear "Something Claus," like, for real. Y'all know what I'm talking
That
about?
is
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is funny.
Okay, so I got here "Something Claus" and um TLC's "A Very Merry Christmas," and when they be like left, I'd be like, "Giddy up, giddy up," and what I was about to say, DMX. It's not DMX. It's
No.
Run DMC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Christmas song. But yeah, that I have to hear "Something Claus." But I just like any Christmas music. Like, I like Christmas time. So like any Christmas music, like even like crackling fire. Like, if it's not just music, just like hearing like a fireplace, or like anything that sounds Christmassy. Like, I love. And I know Ava Maria is not a Christmas song, but people still play it on Christmas. And I like
Ave
Beyonce.
Maria.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Ava.
You
No,
know
Ava.
Ava, Ava Maria.
Ava Mary.
I think those are my favorite.
Okay, Angelique.
I don't necessarily just like have like specific people, but like I know a lot of times I'll listen to a lot of the stuff from Pentatonics. I pretty much like all theirs, because I know I just listened to "Oh Holy Night" today from them. It's so good. I like Ave Maria. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And then you said still not. I've listened to that a few times. That's just so amazing. It's the even if amazing. It's the build up. Like I'm not as deep into Christmas music. Like, I have to hear it every year. Like, I'll listen to it in August if I just hear a song. Like it don't matter to me. But like, if I'm just in the mood, I know recently I really just been like listening to Pentatonic's versions of the Christmas songs. I just like how their arrangements of them. That's usually what's on because I mainly either have my playlist on YouTube or Spotify, so I don't even really do a whole lot of searching around.
You know, one of my I never heard it till we moved down here to South Carolina. I know y'all gonna remember this. It's really a skit called "Christmas Blues" with Bonquisha and Otis.
Oh my gosh. I haven't heard it in a while, but I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Every year on the radio on one of the urban stations here. The first time I heard it, I thought, this cannot be real. I didn't realize it had been known for a while. You've got to listen to it. It is the most ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. It is so
and they play it
ridiculous
constantly. Like, yes. It's on stage. I remember at one point when I was working for Blue Cross, every morning going to work, they's playing this thing. And usually every evening when I got out of work, and I'm just like, whatever. And they're bickering, they're having this huge argument. I mean, she's putting this man out, and they're going back and forth. And then I think what gets me every time is at the very end, he's just like, all right, babe, keep the light on. I'm coming home.
I think the only reason I don't hear it like that, because I don't listen to the radio. Like, I don't listen to the actual radio. Or otherwise, I'd be hearing it all the time, too.
My gosh, it's that thing going back and forth, and then it's clearly they do this all the time because he was like, "All right, I'm done now. I'm coming home." Ah, man, but I swear I never heard that until we moved down to South Carolina. Then it was like, y'all
Oh,
really like this little kid because you playing the mess out of this thing. Oh my goodness, that just thinking about that today just um brought so much to me. And the I will say for Christmas time when I was talking about instrumentals, the Trans Siberian Orchestra, just about anything that they do. Period is good, but I love their holiday stuff, and they do a good version of it's Oh Holy Night. Heart, all their stuff is good, but I guess Joy to the World, Oh Holy Night, their Silent Night is good, but their orchestra is just mind
Is
blowing.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, is that the one that used to be, it was like a music video that came out, this was some decades ago, and it was a music video, and I can't remember if it was, I think it was them, I don't think it was Man, I think it was them, and it was like a little girl running around the house.
Yeah, because Mannheim doesn't really do videos. That was them.
Yeah, I don't remember which.
Their stuff sounds huge.
I don't remember which song it was. I can't remember which Christmas song, but I remember I used to love that video. But I never just like the music.
Yeah. So we've kind of gone back and forth with our different Christmas memories, but as we're wrapping up our show tonight, I would love to hear some of you all's top memories of us growing up. And just because of the world that we live in, if you didn't know, we all grew up in the same house. We have the same parents who are still together. So all of our memories are probably shared memories, but we probably have different memories in some ways because our ages are different, and we just kind of in different places in life, and we see life different. So I'm just interested. I know if I would think of some of my top memories growing up, one of mine, I don't know if you remember this, when we lived on Barber Street, which was the big house in Copper's Cove, the big blue house, the brand new house we moved into.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was that first Christmas. Mom and Dad made it a point, and we didn't figure this out till later. Like, we had this big tree, and this was a year that we had like tons of presents, but we didn't realize till afterwards they made sure that we each had the same number of presents, and I think it was either 15 or 18, like it was close to like 20, and we had all different types of presents because, again, like there's 7 years between me and Angelique, so clearly if she got a doll, I wasn't getting them because I was like 15. But I just remember, and I don't know if y'all remember, like growing up, we had Christmas all together. So like a lot of times in people's homes, like the kids get up early for Christmas, unwrap the Christmas presents, and wake up the parents. Not in the Elijah household. All 5 of us got up together. Because it was important to my parents, especially my dad. Like he wanted to see us open the gifts. And as I got to be older and became a parent myself, I understood that. So we would all, get around the tree, and then so that everyone was equal, they would always make sure that we unwrapped our presents one at a time, so it wasn't like this big melee.
Yeah.
And because there were so many presents, like that morning seemed like it took forever. But it is one of my favorite memories because it's, again, once you're a parent and you understand things more or you just get older, it was just like the thought that went into that, the care that went into that. I just appreciated it so much. And that was the year, not that they didn't always, but that was the year too with those presents, that every present I had, I could tell that they had been listening to me. So they got me stuff I would have never thought I would have gotten. It wasn't like we had Christmas lists, because my dad told us all the time, I'm Santa Claus. But it was just the things that I got that they had been listening, that, from clothes to music to, they just had been listening. And I think, especially when you're a teenager, that means everything. So that's just always special to me. But on the flip side, one of my, I don't know if it's favorite memories, but it sure is a darn memory. was the year that Mom said we were going to be a blessing to other families who didn't have, and so we had Christmas presents under the tree, and then they were no longer there. And so they blessed other families. They gave away our TV. So it was like, was this a group decision? And I think I was maybe 12 at that time. So when you're young, you don't get it, and it's just like, this sucks, this stinks, and I'm not real happy. But I really wasn't happy. But because when you get around your friends and they're like, I got this and I got that, and I felt like Charlie Brown, like But as I've gotten to be older, I understand the woman of God that my mom is. I understand her heart. I 100% would have done the same thing, probably. And I'm thankful that other people could be blessed, because we got stuff all the time. It wasn't like they just held out for Christmas. So and we wasn't dying because the TV was gone. Nor was that the first time that our TV had been removed from the house. So it just was what it was. But that stands out to me, and now I can laugh about it. I sure didn't laugh about it at the time, but now I can laugh about it and appreciate it for what it was worth. And I guess for me, overall, I appreciated that our parents, when we lived in Michigan, made sure that we were connected to all of our family. So every year, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, that type of stuff, we wasn't necessarily at home. Like, we opened our presents at home, but we visited both of our grandparents every single holiday. And now that my grandparents are gone, including my dad's father, who's going on 96, I'm so grateful that I have a treasure trove of memories, and a lot of them revolve around those holidays, being at holiday tables. My mom's parents, they did Christmas big when we were all really little. My mom's dad passed when I was 21, and I had time with him. His laughter is still in my head, in my heart. There's a picture I wish that I had my hands on, which is a Christmas, and Chantalia is sitting next to him on the couch, and she's opening one of her presents. And I don't know who has that picture. Every blue moon, I'll see it on someone's Facebook page, and I've seen it in the family album. And so I'm thankful that we had those times, at my dad's parents' house, because my grandmother was the consummate cook. All the food that we ate, and those memories. Like, Mudia is what we call my dad's mom. She would cook all this food for like Christmas, but Christmas Eve, because she just loved her family being around, she would have a theme night Christmas Eve. And I don't know if you guys remember this. So Christmas Eve she would call the same amount of people who come over Christmas Day. Within like less than 24 hours, the same group of people would be packed back in the house. But Christmas Eve, while she's cooking the Christmas dinner, there would be a theme. So we had fish fry, we had a taco bar, we had baked potato bars. These are all different years. We had one year we all made our own pizzas. Everybody in the house made their own pizza. And it was special to me then, but now growing up, especially not having her anymore, I realized she was just really trying to keep her family around. And how awesome is that? So those are my memories that I have. And the special thing I will say before I'm done about my dad's mom, she was so into decorating for Christmas. Like, she was like Miss Christmas to me. Like, it was just holiday stuff everywhere. And a couple years after she passed, I remember being in Dollar General and looking for Christmas decorations. And I think, like, she was a person who bought like Christmas napkins and the Christmas tablecloth. Like, it was just holly and poinsettias and Christmas stuff everywhere you could turn in her house. And I looked at these Christmas napkins, and when I tell you, I fell apart in this Dollar General, to the point that the lady working there came and she was like, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And I just missed my grandmother and the memories we had. So I'm good now, and when I think about her, I have so much joy. I want to give that to my children, my grandsons. So those are, I think, my biggest memories, and what I just I hold in my heart and makes me love life and love my family. And then I had two amazing sisters that I grew up with, and I think when there's a huge age gap, like there's almost 5 years between me and Shawnee, there's 7 years between me and Angie. There could have been so much enmity between the three of us. Like we were
Mm-hmm.
thick as thieves growing up, like seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So even like, I made a joke like if Angelique got a doll, I wouldn't have gotten a doll. But I was just as happy when she got her little baby dolls as she was when I got my teenager stuff. Um, and so and that was largely in part due to the way that the culture that we were raised in, that my parents just really put into us that when you have nothing else, you got your sisters. And so that's it for me. Chantilly.
I think I might have mushed two Christmases together, and they were when I was very, very young. And I think it was when the Christmas when I was 4 and the Christmas when I was 5. So I'm putting together, I think. Um, but I know it was one Christmas where I got a teddy bear that repeated, like it recorded, and it's almost
Oh,
like you
I
could
remember that teddy bear.
Yeah.
it back when people said, "Oh, I had that for years." I was and it was a Christmas where I had like Chuck Norris everything, and I think that's the Christmas where no, no, I really think I'm mixing up two Christmases. I think they were one Christmas after the other, but it is two Christmas. Like one Christmas, I had like a Chuck Norris little, like a regular size coloring book, but it had like a pen where you press down on it and it lit up.
Mm-hmm.
That happened when I was next to Grandpa for Christmas. Um, the Christmas after that, I think I was 4 right there. The Christmas after that, I was 5. Excuse me. And I had like the huge Chuck Norris coloring book, and then I also had like the thing that you blow up and hit. It's almost like a punching bag, but it's like
Yeah.
you blow and you hit it, and it goes down and it pops back up, and you hit it again. I guess they knew I had aggression I needed to.
I remember the big Chuck Norris coloring book. 'Cause I got a big coloring book, but I forget what mine was. Like we all got a big themed coloring book that year.
It was I think it was me, you, and Michael got I think like all the coloring books came like in the pack, and me, you, and Michael got big
Mm-hmm.
coloring.
Well,
Um,
that came from Uncle Melvin, and if you remember, he used to basically give us all the same present. Like I remember for a couple years, we always got like the McDonald's bucks, like the little coupon thing that was like $5. For a couple years, all of us got that. And then I remember the year that we got the Black History ABCs book that all of us got. So I don't know if he's making sure we didn't fight or
I'm
it
like,
was just easy to get the same thing.
we had that book. I didn't know. I didn't remember we got it for Christmas. They weren't playing about our education.
Oh no, we're gonna be educated in this family.
I didn't remember
Yeah.
we got.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
remember that. I absolutely remember that. But that led into my love of Black history, honestly, getting that book. And I've told him multiple times, thank you. Because and then once we got it, mom being our teacher, she was like, oh, okay, all these people, you're going to go to the library and get a book about and read and then do an essay. Um, but I appreciate it because it was people in the book that wasn't like the normal people. It was people that really made me have to study and learn history and learn about it. So, you know. But
yeah,
those we got the McDonald's coupons, we got the Wendy's too. That was when all the restaurants gave out those little holiday coupon books, and we
mm.
used to spend them things too. Now they don't really amount to nothing now. Well, that was when food was cheaper, but yeah.
When we got a little older, this one was, I think it started I want to say it started around the time that we moved. to Grand Rapids when they let us open one present on Christmas Eve, and they let us sleep under the tree on Christmas Eve.
The opening one present actually started in Cove. That actually started in the Blue House on Barber Street.
Okay. Over.
But I didn't participate in a sleeping under the tree. I think that was a you and Angie thing.
Nah.
I think I was getting a little too old.
Yeah, those are the Christmases I remember as a child. I remember other ones as being a parent, but yeah, as a child, those are the ones I remember.
Those are some good memories. Angelique?
I would say so. I know one of the ones that sticks out is I remember. I think we were still on Allen, and I remember Mom and Dad got Shotty and I like the exact same gifts. It was like maybe a few different things, but like mainly it was like I got a truck, Shotty got the same truck. I got that, Shotty got the same thing. It was like okay. It's like if y'all don't want people to think we twins, you're not. This is probably not the way to go. But I know in general, I have just a lot of memories of just going around to family when we came back to Michigan. Mm-hmm. And I know I liked, just that. Like, I just know after you open the gifts and whatever, I just know, like, that was a thing. You just knew that was going to happen on Christmas. We're going to open gifts. We're going to do whatever we're going to do at the house. And then we're just going to be, for the rest of the day, till late into the night, we're going to be at family's house. That was, and I remember for a long time, I remember looking forward to that. Just like, we're going to see family. And we going to eat. We going to eat real good.
You're going to eat good.
And it was like, because it was always, you cannot eat nothing in the morning. You get something to drink, but you don't eat because you gonna eat for the rest of the day. Well, like those are just.
And we would come home tired too.
Oh man! By the time we came home, it was like good night. I'll see y'all later. We wasn't no TV. No, can I stay up late? Good night. Okay. Those are some memories.
And I tell you, what I miss, and I was gonna bring this up to him the next time I talk to him. And I wonder where all these pictures are. I don't know if y'all remember when we were little, Uncle Melvin used to take pictures. He used to always have a camera in his hand. And we always took a family picture, like Christmas time. And I just really would love to see those pictures because that definitely would show the growth and evolution of our family. Mm-hmm. But he was the family photographer for years. Yeah.
Between him and Uncle Chris, right. it's some pictures somewhere. Because between those two, it's some pictures I don't want to see, but they got them. And I definitely don't want public. They exist. Between those two, they exist. Because they both was good for just click.
Uncle Chris will still do it. I just saw pictures from Daddy's concert in Fayetteville. Yes. And I was just like, when was he taking, where was you?
Yeah, because I was
in the green room.
I put up my pictures and then I went saw his page and I was like, when did that happen? Where was he? Are you a camera ninja? And I'm like, I don't even remember. And see, it doesn't help now because back in the day, he had all them disposable cameras and stuff. So all them had flash. And now you take pictures on the phone. It's silent, no flash, nothing. He could just be like, boop.
I was like, I had several pictures from like us in the green room, and I just kept thinking, when I remember him like popping his head in to ask me a question. But when did you come in and take like?
He is so good at getting he's so good at getting real candid shots. He is like, because you don't know it happened till you see the picture. Just like, okay. But they're good if you ever want to do something that you want real candid shots. You got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be staged. So, that's it. Right. Between those two, it's a bunch of pictures. If you just want to see family, they got them. So, well, hopefully they still got them. Because I think Uncle Chris said he's lost some just over time. And I don't know about Uncle
that hurts. That's why I'm like, I don't even say adamant. I'm almost obsessed with losing the issue of losing pictures. So I literally have everything backed up on like 3 different clouds. So I have stuff on Google, I have stuff on my iPhone cloud and Microsoft. Like the thought of losing images, yeah, I can't. I cannot. But these are awesome memories. I keep saying, and maybe next year we can find a way or a time. But as you know, my children are grown. I have grandchildren. Chantalie's children are continuously growing up because Khalil will be 17 next year, right? Too much. It's too much.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that.
I keep thinking we need to capture our memories in a way that our children, if nobody else but our kids got it and could see it and know it, like you have to seal these moments in time and you have to share, because they won't know unless they know. Like I keep saying to mom, I've been talking about like us growing up traveling and the years of daddy traveling, because like my kids don't know him as the traveling singer. They know Bishop. That's all they know.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But for me, even though it's been over 25 years of mom and dad being pastors, it's those first 13 years that are like, that's what shaped us and made us, you know. You just don't lose that. So I think all of it is important, and we all have different memories. And then someone says something like, oh yeah, like I totally forgot about that lot of those big large coloring books. Tashani said it, but I remember when we got them, like they were cool. You know what's funny, I remember Shawnee's, I remember Michael's was Superman. I just cannot remember what mine was.
I remember Superman, and I remember Mr. T and Chuck Norris.
You know what, mine was Superman, his was Mr. T. That's what it was.
Mr. T or the A-Team. It was one
his
of them.
His was Mr. T. When you said Superman, that just came back to me, because I wasn't happy that I got Superman, because I felt like I'm a girl. Why would you give me that? And I really was kind of salty about that Superman cover book.
I was like, yeah.
But a memory is a memory is a memory. And I would probably absolutely buy that oversized coloring book now just because it's pretty cool. So you know, those are great things to just continuously rehash. So we're about to sign off for tonight, but Chantalie, the floor is yours on our strong finish for the year.
Okay, so we have like what, a couple weeks left of 2023. So we want to make sure that we are staying true to our commitments to ourselves. Maybe the commitments that we made to ourselves at the beginning of the year aren't the same. Maybe they are the same. But we want to make sure that we finish 2023 strong. So what is something that you want to stay committed to, at least for the next 2 weeks, that's going to help you finish 2023 strong? For me, it's staying focused on my routines, which includes ways for me to stay on top of my weight loss and health. So my routines are a big thing for me. And it's always want to make them efficient and easy. Efficient and as easy as they can be. And so that is my thing, to make sure I'm staying on top of my routines, my family routines, my weight loss routines, my business routines. That's what it is for me. Renee, what do you think? How do you think you're going to be able to finish 2023 strong?
I was thinking about this and what my answer was going to be, and mine is similar to yours. It is staying staying focused, because it's easy to say, okay, it's end of the year or whatever didn't happen in the last 11 and a half months, just didn't happen. But for me, I've been trying to say and not say, but I'm about to make a huge transition and move to another state. And so with that, and relaunching a brand, relaunching a business, it's that staying focused. I admitted back in January that I can definitely fall to procrastinating. So much good is happening. So much prosperity is happening. So many doors are opening that it's like, this is not the time to drop the ball. This is not the time to get complacent. This is not the time to get comfortable. So even as the year ends, I want to finish strong. I want to finish with a good report. And so that means for me, staying on task, staying on schedule, getting back, using my trusty appointment book, making lists. I think people should never get away from making lists. A list will save your life. um, but it is that, and for me, keeping the vision and the goal in front of my eyes and just not losing focus, and letting distractions distract me. So that's been where I am, and I intend to. Today's the 15th. I intend that by the 31st to have seen so much still happen by the end of the year and going into next year.
Okay. All right, though. That's real good. Angie, how do you intend to finish 2023 strong?
um stay get back into and stay on focus of constantly working on my finances, and that's everything that has to do with that, and um just stay focused on that, even if it doesn't look like anything is happening yet. Just stay focused with it, because I know if I stay focused on it, what everything that I've have planned to do, it'll be there. So it just really stay focused on it and just, you know, work on what I need to work on.
That's really good. I'd like to take from Angelique's answer, please.
No.
All right, everybody. It's been a blast to share our holiday memories with you, our favorite movies, what's on our playlist, what's in our cup, and just giving you another chance to peek through the window and turn the pages and what it means to be a part of the Elijah Sister Club. It's an elite club. It's a club of 3. It's a club that many people actually want to join, but you got to come in through the bloodline to get into this one. This is one by blood, for real. So we hope that you've enjoyed. We hope that you've enjoyed this year. This is our last show for the year. So take time to go through the YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe while you're there. Share with your friends. Share some more. Share again. And just enjoy us and get ready. 2024 is going to be a phenomenal year. And we're looking forward to it, sharing more with you, sharing more content with you, sharing our lives with you, our stories with you, sipping the tea, spilling the tea, and everything else in between. So with that, I want to thank you for joining in and listening with us. Make sure that as you're listening, if you have any comments that you would like or questions you'd like to ask, you can always drop them there in the comment section, and we will be quickly to reply. And we just look forward to talking with you further. My name is Leah.
And my name is Shanta Nola Tunda Elijah Anderson.
Wow.
And I'm Angelique.
Thank you for allowing our family to be a part of your family, and you have a wonderful night.